Imagine what it would be like to be a child who is picked last for every team, called names, and left out just because you're overweight. Everyone knows what it feels like to be left out. 1 in 5 children in the United States are actually classified as obese or overweight, according to Obesity in Children by WebMD. I am a pre-nursing major, which makes my life actually revolve around the health of others, and that's what I'm really interested in. It is important to change the bad habits of children now to help them get the best future. Today I will speak to you about why it is really important for you to take action now on any children that are obese or overweight because of their future health complications, their emotional complications. I'll tell you how you can help them and how easy it is to help them take control. Obesity leads to future health complications. If you look at this picture, this is a child who is obese, and these are saying all issues that they can have all over their body. This inactivity or obesity increases the risk of type 2 diabetes. This is where you cannot metabolize sugar effectively. This chronic condition children will have for the rest of their life just because of the choices of their caretakers when they were young. Obese children are also at risk for developing metabolic syndrome. This condition actually is a bundle of different problems that they have. The problems can include high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and excess abdominal fat, according to Mayo Clinic staff and Diseases and Conditions of the Childhood Obesity. Emotional complications can be just as damaging as the physical ones. According to Childhood Obesity Complications by the Mayo Clinic staff, overweight kids have more anxiety and ineffective social skills when compared to those that are at a normal weight. Overweight kids take 2 routes. They normally either withdraw themselves like this from social situations with others, or they also act out because they want to get a different type of attention. Depression can also result from this low self-esteem that they create for themselves. It is up to you to prevent these emotional issues from starting. It is important for you to take control. Technology is a main factor. As technology has increased, children spend more and more time on phones and iPads and computers playing those kind of games instead of just being outside and running around and getting that kind of activity. According to Dr. Larry Rosen, in How Much Technology You Should Let Your Children Use in the Huffington Post, they suggest the 1-to-5 ratio. This means that for every minute that they are on their phone or iPad or computer, they should be doing 5 minutes of some other type of activity. This activity can just be going for a walk or just talking to someone else, but it's just good to get them away from that screen and just break the habit a little bit of them being on it all the time. Food intake also plays a major role. It is really good to make little suggestions, like especially when they're young, that they'll get used to it, because a lot of kids like to eat Go-Gurt like this, but if you have, like, for example, Dannon Light and Fit Greek yogurt, they'll get used to it and they'll be just fine with it, because these in each packet actually has 9 grams of sugar, and these have 6 grams of sugar, while these have double the amount in them. Because putting the right food on their plate will make them create good eating habits for their future, and they will be very used to it, and that is what will be normalized for them. Only 21% of young adults actually eat the 5 or more servings of fruits and vegetables a day, according to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services in ASPE Research Brief. Yes, it does cost more actually to eat healthy. It costs $550 a year more on average, according to Carrie Polis in the article Eating Healthy versus Unhealthy Will Cost You $550 More a Year, which was in the Huffington Post. And just because it does cost more, I think you really need to think about the long run, and the extra money is definitely worth it versus how many health complications you're going to have, which will cost you way more in the end. Sometimes the help of professionals is also needed, like just bringing your child to a doctor if you are questioning it at all, if the child needs help or anything. It is important to bring them in because the doctor will know what to do and really diagnose them with what they need to do or what can be helped. Because the doctor can actually personalize a plan, which is important, rather than just like looking up stuff on the internet or just suggestions by other people. Doctors are also good to bring in because they help with hereditary factors that can be more complicated. Through the process, though, it is really important to make sure that the child knows that you are there for them and their health and for their benefit, rather than just doing it to make them more socially acceptable or just skinny. Childhood obesity is not increasing, but it is not getting any better either. It is important to change habits now in order to help them in their future, because right now is really what is making them stable in their habits for the future, because that's what will be normalized in the end. Today I spoke with you about why it is really important for you to help a child who is overweight or obese because of all of the future health complications and emotional complications that will really affect them in the future. And I told you about how to take control and how easy it is to also take control. Are you going to stand by while ruining a child's future?